What's up everybody, CJ Thomas, St Louis Fitness Bootcamp, and today I wanted to give you a little bit of a tutorial on push-ups and show you some of the 3 most common mistakes that I see on the push-up. So let's get right into it here. I'm going to get into my push-up position, and the first thing I want you guys to think about is where are your hands at during a push-up, okay? So we've shown this before where we can always start from the knees or go from the toes. Knees, when you're just starting out, you know, that's a fine place to start. But we still have to set up in the right position when we're going from the knees right here, okay? So when I come down to the ground, let's just start at the bottom of the ground right here and find out where are my thumbs right here in relation to my chest, right, okay? So right here, I want the thumbs in line with the nipples right there, okay? Find the nips and put your fingertips right there, okay? So thumbs right next to the nipples, and I'm gonna go from there. So I've got kind of a right angle with my hands right now. I'm just gonna separate out from there. So I'm gonna keep my knees on the ground right now and press up from that position right there. So I'm keeping a flat body as I go here, okay? So number 1 is hand position. Where are your hands at? Are you on top of your shoulders right here? So what I see a lot of times is the hands will usually be forward, something like this right here, okay? And you can automatically see the angle this creates right here. We're kind of taking this out and the butt goes up right there to kind of compensate for that form. So this down and up position right here, or even worse, we drop the head and we do kind of this thing right here, okay? So you come forward, show you from another angle right there, and you kind of drop down and the crown of the head goes to the ground right there. What that does, that's like making the neck and the traps work, and that's not the point of a push-up, okay? We're trying to get the chest primarily on a push-up. So think about the way the muscles work here, okay? A chest muscle, the way it works, when we're right here, we're gonna pull the hands together. I pull the thumbs towards each other. You can try this at home without even being in a push-up position. Put your hands together, pull your thumbs toward each other while flexing, and you're gonna feel the chest engage right there, okay? Not if you're just waving your hands right here, but think about engaging and pulling these muscles towards each other right here, okay? So I pull those together right there, and now you're feeling the chest engage. When I'm at the bottom of a push-up, what I'm feeling is the chest stretching out right here, okay? So we think about, you know, upper body day. Everybody says, is it arm day today, okay? So I think that's a misconception right there that this is totally an arm move. Yes, the shoulders are involved. Yes, you're gonna feel triceps on a push-up. And to be quite honest, that's fast forwarding, but the push-up is a total body movement here, okay? But let's take it back to square one here. Where are your hands at? Right here, in line with the nipples right here. You can go out and in from here. In fact, the closer in you are, that's how we make that more of a tricep push-up. And the further away you get, that's gonna be more chest concentric right there, okay? But think about the way the chest is working, like I said right here, okay? So when I'm at the bottom, I'm stretched out in the chest. When I'm pushed away, we can get that chest contracted right there. You think about it with the bicep curl. This is a move that people understand better. At the top, we're concentric. This is concentric. This is where the muscle is contracted. At the bottom, we're stretched. That's called eccentric if you're taking notes and trying to sound like a wise guy. Eccentric when we're stretched, concentric when we're contracted right here. Push up, we are stretched right here, eccentric, concentric when we push away, and we've got that force coming together right there, okay? So, starting back over, hand position first. We've got the hands where we want them now. The thumbs and the nipples are in line. We're coming up and we're keeping a flat body in this position right here, okay? So my wrists are right underneath my shoulders. I come down, I lower the chest to the ground. So when I get to the ground, this should be a telltale sign for you. This is where I see, you know, people doing their push-ups right here. If the nose is in line with the thumbs, we've got issues right there, okay? That's not the muscles we want to be working, and that's potential for injury because we kind of impinge that shoulder when we do that as well. So come back forward, get that chest on top of the hands. This hand position is going to be critical to you mastering this movement and eventually coming up to the toes and doing some of the more advanced versions, okay? Hand position point number 2. I don't want to see this right here, okay? I see this a lot of times where we get kind of just this part of the hand on the ground right here. We kind of line up this side and the palm is totally off the ground. We want to be able to push through the palm right there, okay? So I can do this push-up without even having the fingers into the ground. So just to give you the other extreme, I just have palm and the fingers off the ground. So ideally, you want to have it all into the ground right there, but I mean, more through the palm. We're pressing through the palm, not through the fingers right here. Again, look what happens when I press through my fingers. I'm trying to do that thing again where I'm trying to get my neck to take over this action right here. And that's just, you know, one of many mistakes we see on the push-up, but maybe that'll help you out a little bit, okay? So, once again, now I've got my hands in position, I've got my hands in good position. I'm gonna lower down my chest, my nipples, my thumbs are in line. I've got my palms into the ground. I can press through and I can come up, and I'm not getting the elbows out to the side. I want the elbows pointing towards the back of the room right here, okay? From another angle right here, dropping down, and I want those elbows kind of next to the sides right there. So you don't have to have them totally next to the sides. Like I said, in a wider push-up, they're not gonna go totally right next to the sides, but my elbows are still pointing kind of backwards. I'm not doing this. I'm not coming forward. And again, these are all kind of overcompensation ways. This is what we think to squeeze with right here when we're not sure how to use the chest muscle. But think about just bringing that together. Try this at home. Start to recognize where that muscle is at right there, and that'll start to make a little more sense, okay? So we got hands, we got elbows, kind of pointing back towards the back of the room. And then the third thing I want to tell you today is just that this is actually a total body movement. So I mentioned that earlier. We're gonna drop down to the ground, we come down low, and we come up to the top. But notice everything that's engaged right here. Even on the backside, my legs, my butt are contracted. So the legs are pulling together, inner thighs pulling in together, and my butt being contracted in that position, flexed right there. That actually will help you get up and down in this maneuver. So you don't have to have as much as your upper body doing the work right here if you've got everything pulled in. So my core's pulled in, and like I said before, if I'm down at the bottom, my back will even contract on the back side. So you think about your shoulder blades pulling together in the back. While your chest is open, the shoulder blades are coming together in the back. So you can't really see that with my shirt on. I may have to start popping the top for some of these videos. But basically, we want to remember that everything is working on a push-up, not just the upper body, okay? So one more time in perfect form right here. Get down to the floor. Start down low. Thumbs in line with the nips. We push through the chest. The chest pushes us up to the top. We get up high. We're squeezed in the butt. We're squeezed in the legs. I'm squeezed in the core. My back is separated at the top. I lower myself down and I come back up to the top. If I'm on my knees starting out, that's okay. Still keep the back flat. Lower down and up in this position. Down and up. If you can't quite get that low, still keep the good form. Come halfway, just work on your halfway, and then an inch at a time, get a little lower and get a little lower. We kind of work up to it, getting that chest down close to the ground, and we kind of progress from there. So there's a lot of variations that we work out of the push-up, but this is a core move, and I don't want you guys to get too far ahead of yourself trying to do advanced versions before we get the basic part of the movement down. So hopefully some of that was helpful. Hopefully I didn't confuse anybody too much. If I did, you know, I'll go back and make another video and maybe clarify this a little better for you guys. If you have other questions about the push-up or other moves or have things that you'd like to see me talk about, let me know, guys. Tell me about it, all right? That's all for today. CJ Thomas, STLFitnessBootcamp.com. Thanks.